you want to suck the toe of the dick?
Sure.
The is wrong with you?
You've never kissed Stacey's feet?
That what you talking about?
No?
No.
Hello and welcome to Lord Lukan. It's time to approach your retreat as we check out some more 90-Day Fiancé, Last Resort Between the Sheets. Oh yes, it's the 90-Day spin-off where the cast become the reviewers. It's got some shiny new graphics like this one, intriguing. It's got shocking confessions, and it's not at all narcissistic.
Let me see myself again. Action.
Also on today's show, Gino gets looking for the eye in dignity.
Don't finger me.
Natalie gives us a lesson in zoology.
Cobras, like waiting for the bite, like.
Sorry to inform you, but Rob the Knob is back again.
That sounds super encouraging.
Dan is getting a bit bromantic with Brandon.
Ready for this?
This is for you.
How's that, a sleeping mask?
Natalie's got some words of wisdom. And Jasmine's here to serve some drinks.
No.
All this and more right here on the Lord Lukan channel.
It's, not nice.
Que pasa, mange tout, and a pleasant day to you. Big loves to those who've subscribed, you beautiful people, and a Paul Newman Rowley to the lords and ladies of the Lukan Manor. Between the Sheets, my magnificent muffin, is an odd mix of concepts. I guess they couldn't agree on the format, so they just chucked them all in together. If you like reaction shows, well, we've got pairs of cast members reacting to their own footage. If you like those boot camp shows, where experts prepare games, sessions, and the odd 5150, we've got that too. And if you like the behind-the-scenes tell-all thing, yup, they've stuffed a bit of that in there too. So hold on to your pants, we're going in. And first, we get a little intro into our couples and stumble across some Gino and Jasmin. Oops, sorry, I think that was the wrong intro. I think you find this is the correct one.
Gino. Gino.
Ah, the old Gino intro. Good times. So, what's happening in the world of WoW? Well, conveniently, just before they came to therapy, retreat,
We're here for the couples therapy.
Couples therapy. Absolutely welcome.
Jasmin found something buried in Gino's hard drive. And whilst the idea that Gino had anything hard without assistance is quite surprising, the contents had Jasmin reeling with anger. Was it another woman? Was it indecent images?
100 reasons why Jasmine is making our marriage fail.
Well, if you ever need a reminder that your man is just a large child in khakis, then look no further. Gino's super duper list of wow includes such wonders as using the same spoon to stir your coffee as you did to add the sugar to it, breathing too hard, and
She will vacuum the carpet when I'm trying to concentrate and read.
well, I would say that one's more of a reaction to her hinting for him to get off his arse and help with the housework. You can just imagine the scene, can't you?
Hey, Gino, help me with the housework.
Sorry, not right now, darling. I'm really busy reading.
No, okay, fine.
Hey, Jasmin.
Well, you wanted to read.
Jasmin,
I wouldn't want to
what-
disturb your relaxing and not be
noticed,
too much.
that
You need a
your,
bigger hat.
um,
No, it's fine.
I
Sit
noticed
there, I'll
you,
work my ass off.
wedded bliss. But there's bad news, list fans. They don't mention it ever again. Good job. Next we meet Natalie and Josh, who looks a lot like Rod Schneider. If you're not familiar with these two, he's the fairly typical sketchy guy who's always got an excuse, and she's the super suspicious volcanic Russian. And when asked,
Are you first-time guests at the resort?
and he answers a blindingly convincing.
I stayed here by myself.
So Natalie starts the interrogation, and to find out whether he's lying or not, she's constructed a bulletproof test. If you live near here, point in the direction of your house.
Northwest.
Northwest. It's like that?
Yeah, northwest.
Okay, got it.
Okay, well, clearly lost to the KGB there, but I do think the blood runs mostly through her uterus, and doesn't bother that head of hers much.
Okay, got it.
Good, well, that solves that then. Well, it would do if it wasn't. Hang on a second. I seem to have noticed that the shadow on this lady, coupled with the time of day, indicates that he was facing west, and is therefore pointing south. And then, randomly, Natalie is sitting with that Stacey from that Stacey show. Blimey, I think Stacey's brain left the conversation when she started throwing those big shiny words like analogy around. And she's probably thinking, well, I'll never let them have analogy on the first date. Although I love how Natalie overanalyzes the comment about being maleficent.
It was a weird analogy with Josh because a guy who loves me all of a sudden saying you're Maleficent.
Stacey's thinking, she never analyses on the first date. But Natalie said she wanted to be Cinderella, and Josh said she was more like Maleficent, which is a fairly good comeback, I guess. But because Natalie was last in the queue for sense of humour, and first in the queue for, I don't know, mental, she thinks...
Obviously, he wished me to be alone, left in a wood, without my power.
I don't think there's many men that would think that deeply into it. I think he simply meant you're a little bit crazy and a little bit dark. He didn't really deconstruct the story with any thoughts, you know. And while we ponder that and many other existential questions, we take a nauseating trip to see what Rob the Knob wants. Pfft, who cares? They miss Piggy and PewDiePie turn up. Stacey appears to have come dressed as one of the three amigos, while Florian is dressed as an out-of-work model who lives off his sugar mama. Then Brandon and Julia arrive, delightful, and as the footage is played to Jasmine and Julia, Jasmine doesn't realise she's sitting next to the person on TV.
Who are these cuties?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, Gino's in trouble now.
Oh, you buy me flowers.
Really?
Yeah.
She got flowers. That all Jasmine got was that bloody fanny pack. But all this wonder is short-lived as Julia not only found out that her flowers from Brandon's mother,
What?
but that he also has a present for her.
Something you need to use.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not getting you.
Okay, first of all, razor rash if she's not a shaver. Secondly, I feel slightly bad for her. She seemed genuinely embarrassed about having it brought up on TV, whereas Stacey, who won't be outdone on a bit of pube news, thinks she might like to see if she can get that tone just a little bit lower.
Oh, I spread it. Shavy, baby.
Oh,
It gets up all in there and the crack, everything.
And what'd you say to that?
I'm so happy
Yeah.
for you.
Good job. But Brandon's not going to let Stacey get away with that. No, no. He brought some cheese pass handcuffs and lingerie from, I don't know, Shein or Temu, whatever that is, judging by the packaging. That's $5 well spent.
That is purple color.
It's my mom's favorite color.
Purple color because it's your mom's favorite color.
You know, Brandon might be creepy. He might be a little horn monster with the diplomacy of a brick with a bad attitude.
I mean, you remind me of her, so...
Oh, please shush.
But he does have one unique skill, making Rob the Knob look slightly normal by comparison.
What? No way. There's no way that you thought of your mom when you bought those handcuffs.
Speaking of normal, I don't know, here's a potato. Speaking of the next level of crazy we have for you today, here's Gino and Rob Schneider pretending they're really great mates.
How are you?
Doing great.
Here, good one, Gino. Always with the jokes, this one.
Honestly, it feels really good to be sitting here.
Worrying. Rob Schneider certainly looks like he needs an adult. I've not seen two people look so awkward around each other since, nope, can't think of anything. But look at these two. Both sitting there holding themselves self-consciously. I think Gino's about to throw an arm around him or nibble on his ear or something. Anyway, back to Shay Jasno. And Gino has gone and made a big mistake as usual. He's got to put their passports in the room safe without the correct authorization. Bastard.
Who gave you the authority to have the safe?
What do you mean? What are you talking about? This is safest for both of us.
Have you ever stood at a traffic light with more than one child and both kids want to press the damn button, so one does and the other one loses their shit? Well, this is a lot like the situation with Jasno.
Let me be the person who put on the password.
No, but you have to give me the password immediately.
So the kids are locked into a power struggle over a safe. Yes, indeedy. Just wait till he finds the minibar, and Jasmine won't let him have the password.
You know what? I'm changing my mind. I'm not sharing the password.
Yeah, take that, Gino. You and your monopoly on small lock devices, always oppressing her with his ability to lock things away in a little box. Well, no more, damn it. Jasmine's making a stand for women and their right to safe passwords everywhere.
There's no reason to not give me the password.
There you go. Exactly. Oh, now you're Jasmine and I'm Gino.
I'm not sure what relationship Jasmine's been in for the last millennia, but she seems to be convinced that Gino holds some sort of power in their relationship. Well, you know, the relationship ended ages ago and they're both seeing new people, so I don't know why we're even worried about it, really. The argument continues.
No.
And you know what? It feels good. Feels good to hold the power.
Ah, yes, with safe passwords comes much responsibility, but Gino's not taking that standing up awkwardly. He's gonna give Jasmine a good fingering to teach her a good lesson.
That's how it feels.
Stop
That's
lying.
how it feels. Don't finger me.
He was verging on brave there. Maybe Jasmine let his balls out of her purse for a bit. And while these two lovebirds argue over their nest, we've got an ad break coming. But stay tuned for more Stacey being natural. Brandon talks feet with Rob the Knob. And we interrogate Florian over a makeup gate. So skip to support the channel and I'll see you in a mo. Welcome back, my delightful pumpkin. You're just in time to see what Stacey is up to. Well, she's here to be all natural, authentic, apparently.
I just want people to know me, who Stacey is, and, just be myself.
Well, I wouldn't do that. So the cast settled down to some drinks that afternoon, and the cast get to meet each other. Delightful. And Josh says this totally not edited together thing.
I really didn't know what I was getting into.
Blimey, that was a bit ropey. Couldn't they get him just to pop in somewhere to record that again? No. TLC says don't worry about it. It'll be fine. We'll just stitch the sentence together from any old place and it'll be fine. No one will notice.
I really didn't know what I was getting into.
Flawless. But there's a little heat in the Eastern European corner. At the last tell-all, Natalie and Julia had a falling out over Natalie's treatment of her ex, where Julia called her,
You look two-faced.
not to be outdone, this time Natalie has a few choice words for Julia. And why stick to the cause of the troubles when you could brutally attack someone for their body?
Честно, давай начнем.
Беременна или нет?
Oh.
I know, I just...
Oh.
Нет.
Поправилась.
Oh.
Ooh, that's gonna leave a bruise.
Oh.
And I'm totally sure it'll have no repercussions later on. So, with the criminal offence side-mouthing aside, but it turns out that Josh had already been trying to get to know Sophie a little bit better.
We've messaged briefly on Instagram a few times.
When Sophie says that, I was just thinking,
Oh yes, Joshy Poo had been rummaging around in Sophie's DMs to take her temperature.
Yeah, I didn't want to say anything, but her man has been messaging me on Instagram.
He invited her to Vegas and then started to send suggestive emojis. We'll see how that works out for him slightly later on. But before that, we're greeted with something that raises the cringe even higher than Rob's stupid dancing.
Just shake her. What the is that, man?
I'm your wife. I'm not your buddy.
I love Stacey's reaction there. You can tell she never watched the previous shows. Yes, indeed. This is Ariella and Binyam, here to spread some passive awkwardness. Possibly two of the most wooden people ever forged. But we don't have time to admire Binyam's wood, because it's time for some surprise therapy.
I don't need therapy. I can do therapy to this therapist.
Yeah, he's gonna therapize the crap out of them. He knows all the expert tricks, about relationships, monogamy, staying in hotel rooms with other women and recording it. I mean, what do I know? Perhaps Professor Florian has done some research.
Like I have some problem, I can talk to my sister, to my family, and figure out from there,
There you go. Yep, solves everything. You just talk to your mum and your sister and you'll figure it out. Genius. Back to Attention Seekers Anonymous, and it's time to sit down for some more moral lesson learning. Cut to a bunch of people who are trying not to look cold.
Now that brings us to a question to all of you. Why we're here.
As the therapy session starts, we go straight to Gino's soft spot, as Jasmine takes another opportunity to tell us how unfulfilling it is being with Gino.
We haven't had sex in 8 months.
And Rob is like, you only had to wait 8 months. Blimey. Then we move on to Stacey, and she's got some infidelity concerns too, after she found...
Lorian had makeup on his shirt.
Wow.
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 Yeah, but don't worry, mystery fans. We've got one of the top minds on it. He's more amazing than Shite Rider, more wow than Magnum UTI. It's...
How exactly did you get makeup on your shirt?
Oh, there Columbo, straight in with the heavyweight questions. PewDiePie hasn't got a chance. So interrogation gets underway and Florian gives us his version of events.
Just want to take a picture and fair face, very close.
Okay, moderately plausible, but that's not good enough for Hercule Gino. No, he's got a follow-up question to sort the men from the boys.
Is that really what happened?
Yes, that is really happened.
Yeah, well, okay, that's all right then. Case closed. Good job. Well, not so fast with your good jobbery. Stacey's statement has some elements that PewDiePie's didn't. For example, the location of the offending makeup. He says it's, here-ish, but Stacey says...
Right by the collar. A big makeup stain.
And with the case blown wide ajar, we resume the examination of the accused. And they stage a dramatic reconstruction of the events in question. Florian is the lady, and Gino is the man.
Yeah, let me explain to you. This time I'm the woman.
Want me to stand up?
Yeah.
Wow, look, Gino gets to be the man in the relationship for a change. Delightful.
The girl is more short and basically like staying like this. Look, like the makeup.
I love how Gino forgets himself at first and pouts. Then there's a sudden realization that is puckering up to a guy, and he pulls at her face. Bless him with his fragile masculinity. I don't think he should be too worried about people thinking that he's a friend of Dorothy's, even though I'm sure the gay community weren't particularly devastated by the loss. But Gino remembers he's there to interrogate him, not flirt with him, and gets back to work.
You sure she wasn't like all over you trying to kiss you? And...
More on this active case soon. But first we explore one more clip with PewDiePie and Ben Schneider. And Schneider is telling us how he likes to start loving at the bottom and working his way up. The bottom is in, feet, of course. Otherwise that'd be a whole other conversation. Probably with Jasmine. She enjoys a little trip up the Old Town Road.
Kiss the feet?
Yeah.
You going to suck the toe, the teeth?
Sure.
The is wrong with you?
You've never kissed Stacey's feet.
That.
Meanwhile, that Ariella, or whatever her name is, has something to say. I'm not a fan, to be honest. What on earth can be worth listening to?
I'm here because of the chronic and constant
diarrhea? Ah, good job. One more segment today, and we get to play a game. The cast are going to do impressions of other cast members, and we have to guess who. Delightful. So, first up is Natalie and Ariella.
Julia?
No, not quite. Have another go.
Julia?
No, you said that one last time. Let's try someone else. It's not Julia.
Me?
Ah, there it is. Just needed the, crazy eye thing. Good job. And what about the boys? Can they do any better? Let's see how Nob and Brandon get on.
Are you a mime?
Are you stupid? A f***ing mime? Rocking up with a handbrake and sunglasses? Not sure what kind of minds this guy's sing, but just to remind you, is miming being the thing, not miming being a mime, okay? Right, let's go.
I'm a good guy.
It's Josh.
There you go.
Wow. Just wow. And in case that wasn't enough, we've got one more round with Josh and Lorian.
Gino?
Yes.
How never mind. I won't question him. Right then, my delightful viewer, that is all the 90-day action for today. But before I leave you, here's a little bit of this. Thank you so much for joining us today. And if you like what I do, then you can join me weekdays for Coffee at the Manor, the bestest way to start your day. And please do like and share the video, or check out one of these little beauties. So until we meet again, stay beautiful, love to my three, and you take care of yourself.